Hi children, good morning. Today we are starting our new chapter, motion. So in this chapter we are discussing about what is rest and motion, and the rest and motion are relative terms. What are the different types of motion, and what is weight? Likewise we will discuss. Okay, so let us get started. First thing is, what is motion? See, while we looking around, we can see that different objects are there. Some are at rest, some are at motion, like that. So let us understand what is rest and what is motion. An object is said to be in rest when its position does not change with time with respect to surroundings. For example, the blackboard, garden, tower, temple, your home, furnitures, everything, we can say that all are at rest. Why? Because they are not changing their position with respect to time and with respect to its surrounding, isn't it? So, whenever an object is said to be at rest, it does not change its position with respect to the time or surrounding. And when an object is in motion, its position changes with time as well as with respect to surrounding. For example, a running dog, flying mosquito, kite flying in the sky, moving vehicles, moving a man walking on the road. So these are the examples. So we can find more and more examples for the rest and motion. So, the motion of an object, or an object is said to be in motion if it changes its position with respect to time and with respect to its surroundings. Okay. See, you can see different objects at rest as well as with in motion. Next thing is, rest and motion are relative terms. An object may be in position of rest with respect to one reference object and in motion with respect to another. We can understand this concept or the statement by taking an example. That is, suppose you are traveling by a train. If you compare your position in relation to other passengers or the walls of the train, what do you feel? You are in rest, isn't it? We are not moving. But if you compare your position in relation to the platform or the ground, see, we are traveling by a train. Okay, so if you compare your position in relation to the platform or the ground, you are in motion. This is what we are discussing, that the rest and motion are relative terms. That is, we are in motion with respect to some objects, and we are in rest when comparing our position with respect to some other things. So, in this example, we are seeing that when we are traveling by train, when we are comparing our position with the passengers and the walls of the train, we are in rest. And if we are comparing our position with respect to the platform or the ground, we are in motion. So, this is how the rest and motion are relative terms. Okay. Next one is that, what are the types of motion? Translatory motion, rotatory motion, oscillatory motion, vibratory motion, multiple or the complex motion, random motion, periodic and non-periodic motion. So these are the types of motion. So let us study what are these motions. Okay. First one is the translatory motion. If an object moves on the whole from one place to another so that each part of it moves the same distance in a given time, then the object is said to be in translatory motion. For the example, or for explaining what is translatory motion, that is, it is the movement of an object from one place to another as a whole. Okay, that is, each part of it moves the same distance in a given time. So such motion are known as translatory motion. And there are two types of translatory motion. First one is the rectilinear motion and second one is the curvilinear motion. And there is one more motion is there, that is the circular motion. It is the special case of curvilinear motion. So let us see what is the rectilinear motion and curvilinear motion. First thing is that rectilinear motion. If the motion of an object is along a straight path, then the motion is called as the rectilinear motion. For example, a boy running on a road, a child sliding down a slide, motion of a freely falling stone. All these are examples of the rectilinear motion. If an object is along a straight path, the motion is known as rectilinear motion. And next one is curvilinear motion. By the word means we can understand what is the curvilinear motion, isn't it? If the motion of an object is along a curved path, it is called as the curvilinear motion. Motion of a football after being kicked. Motion of a cyclist on the curved road. Motion of a cricket ball after being hit. So these are the examples. You can find more and more examples, okay? So these are the examples for curvilinear motion. So what we have discussed, what is rest, what is motion. Motion and rest are relative terms. What are the types of motion? The first motion is translatory motion, and the translatory motion are of two types, rectilinear motion and curvilinear motion. Okay, and next one is circular motion. I have told you that it is a special case of the curvilinear motion. And in circular motion, the object moves along a circular path. For example, the motion of the earth around the sun, the motion of the moon around the earth, motion of the stone tied to a string are all examples of circular motion. That is, when an object is there and some other object is revolving or moving along a circular path, completing a circle or the circular path, it is known as the circular motion. Okay, I hope everyone understood the concept. Okay, so everyone have to move through the textbook, understand the concept. We have discussed in this video all these things. Study well. Keep watching. Thank you.